talking about humanizing energy and what the future leaders will do about it. This next panelist is one of such present and future leader of the industry, Managing Director of Kenyon West Africa International, Dr. Victor Ekpenyong. You're welcome. Yesterday we were told by Mr.
And Victor, don't go into that area. Stay with your technology processes and in this humanization. Leave that one to me in my summary. Yes. Over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this wonderful occasion and discussing about energy. I would say we taught when we primary school that democracy is government of the people, thing for the people or by the people. And I would say energy is of the people and for the people. Whatever we need to know that energy is for human and human is for energy. And we don't need to take that out. And whatever technology or whatever we need to develop, we need to know that the technology is for the people. I know majority of us here are, Nigerians. We are not foreigners. I see few foreigners here. We have known that the policies makers and the policies for energy in Nigeria sometimes are anti-people. How many of us here maybe have tried to do electrification, maybe trying to draw energy into your facility? Maybe you build a new facility and try to see how to get energy into it. You discover that the setup of the energy policies are sometimes anti-people. I want to use myself as a case study. We bought a property in Port Harcourt and we built an assembling plant. And we're trying to bring in energy into the plant. And we talked to the PhD in Port Harcourt and they gave us a bill. And we paid the bill. And when the time for commissioning came, and they told us that what we paid for is not what we desire. For us to get what we need to, because we're looking at getting the one they call line 33, the one that has at least 18 power. And they gave us line 11. And we said we need line 33 so that we can work effectively. And they brought another bill and we paid for it. And after that, immediately the line was commissioned. The next month, they brought a bill. So you discover that is the energy policy, is it for the people or is it against the people? And that is one of the way of running businesses in Nigeria, which energy is number one of them and is very frustrating. So as a people, we shouldn't be even talking about transition when we have not made energy affordable. Because as it stands now, energy in Nigeria is not affordable. And we talked about technology. What technology are we deploying into our energy infrastructure to make it accessible and affordable? I was somewhere, we're talking about Italian, there is one company in Italy called Enel. Enel happened before was a state-owned energy company, and later on they now moved to maybe a private company. And someone came into that company called Francesco Terres. He came into that company and changed the company entirely. And when people were not talking about, transition into renewable, this gentleman foresaw what is going to happen in the world and start building mini grid. Because this is what we in Nigeria need to look into. Today, there is a lot of energy generation, but there is no means of evacuation in terms of transmission. Basically, most our transmission line are phased out, are obsolete. So he brought in a technology that each suburb, each region supposed to have something like a mini grid. And that was achievable. So for us to think about that we will successfully transmit or transition into renewable, we need to consider that the people that need to use these must afford it. And we need to make it accessible. Prof, I think I should stop here at the moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think the bottom line is the transformation of energy system to become usable involves a lot of technological development. All right, because somebody was asking us, and anybody could respond to this, what spectrum are we talking about, right? When we talk about humanizing energy, the spectrum. Do you understand the question, Victor? Spectrum.
Our colleague here answered him a question because he made mention of nuclear, that if Nigeria is working on any nuclear programs or something, or which other forms of energy and spectrum energy Nigeria is looking onto. She answered him on that. I think is this lady here that asked a question about how are we educating the people from the rural community about energy,
efficiency.
Efficiency. But let me just make a comment there. It's difficult for you to educate someone on something the person is not aware of. Because most of those people you made mention of, they are still using lantern and they don't have access to electricity. So if you get to them and start, educating them about electricity, they don't know what it looks like. So what are the energy sources that should be, moving to rural area? What we need to talk about now? Okay, what kind of energy grid that's supposed to be constructed in people from here to have access to? So, but the people from the urban area are the people that need that education about energy sources and effective way of using energy, that you don't need to light up your bulb overnight and be consuming energy. There are some cities in December I was in London, and most of the street in London was dark because there is no energy to power them. So there are some people that have been that understand this energy rationing, that this time they need to move some source of energy to this side and some other they move it. So it's not for rural people, it's for the urban people. Thank you very much.
Please go ahead, Carol. How can you say energy is not for the rural people?
Education, the education of using energy. I'm saying you don't educate people that don't have access to it.
No, but...
All right, Carol. Wow. Victor, 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much, Prof. I want to make a comment on the, the proprietary. I know, Mrs. Taya was trying to make, give more explanation about that. Our company, Kenyon International, operate and we're in business today because of, partnership. A lot of companies out there are willing to, collaborate if actually you have what it takes for them to collaborate with you. Collaboration is all over the world. The Americans are collaborating with the Japanese. Japanese are, Europe are collaborating with Asia, North and South America. But I think most of the problem we have is that most of our government representatives, whenever they want to sign some bilateral agreement, it sometimes sell us out because some of these things can be discussed during whenever they want to sign most of those agreement, but sometimes they will just sign agreement that is just one-sided. So companies and countries out there are willing, to collaborate when there is a win-win situation. So we can reach out to anyone that we want to collaborate with, and whenever they see, the potentials from them, from whatsoever business or whatsoever is going to come up, they'll be willing to collaborate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.